Hey friends and YouTube junkies, it's time for my second video on the best great loop boat. But before I do that, I want to kind of go back in history and revamp one of the things that I talked about in regards to displacement hulls and planing hulls. One of the things that I forgot to mention or go in depth is the benefits that a deep keel provides on a semi-displaced boat and the fully displaced boat. A full keel allows the boat to be more directionally stable than the planing hull's deep V or shallow draft bottom. And what does that mean? That means that with that deep keel, you can go straighter much easier than with a planing hull. Okay, well, that's not really that big a deal because at speed, they're both going to be very maneuverable. But when you are in close quarters and there is wind, a deep keel is going to provide resistance against the wind pushing the boat to the left or to the right. Whereas with a planing hull, there's very little resistance whatsoever, and the wind can very easily catch the side of the boat and push you completely out of the area that you're trying to travel in. So this is important, number one, when you are trying to dock your boat, and actually number two, when you are mooring or in a anchorage and you have other boats that are around you. And the reason for that is every sailboat has a keel. All sailboats are going to be controlled by the currents that are around the boats. If you're going to moor anchor around sailboats and you have a planing hull, you're going to find that the wind has more control over your boat than the currents, which means that if the winds are in a different direction, your planing hull is not going to float in the same direction as sailboats or even powerboats that have keels. So it's kind of an important aspect in yachting to know what type of bottom you have. What are the disadvantages of having a fairly deep keel? Well, one of the advantages of the planing hull is your draft is going to be much shallower than a displacement or semi-displaced boat because it doesn't have the keel. And because of that, there's very little resistance, or I shouldn't say that, there's less resistance in the water, which is kind of obvious because the planing hull is going to go fast in order to get out of the water. In order to get out of the water, it's going to need as little resistance as possible. So that's typically why you don't see deep keels with planing hulls. All right. I think that covers everything so far that I want to talk about regarding the types of hulls that are out there. As promised, my next video is going to be about the models that sit upon the hulls themselves. And unfortunately, I'm not going to do that today because it would be a very long video. And I'm not sure if everybody out there is all that interested in all the different models of boats that I'm going to touch on. For example, somebody that's interested in the Express or Express Cruiser certainly doesn't care much about an aft cabin. Or somebody that wants a sport fisher doesn't have much interest in a pilot house. So I figured I would break each of these videos up over the next couple of weeks. My hope is that I'm going to be able to do boat tours and show you on camera the different aspects of each of these models, and then hopefully talk with the owners to get their perspective on their boat. What do they like about it? What don't they like about it? And so I'll have kind of a question and answer with the owners of these boats who hopefully will remain my friends after I'm done. So until then, I would like whoever is interested in this subject to send me questions that they would like to ask owners of these boats, or if there's a particular type of boat that you want me to look at or perhaps try to get a tour on, write that in the comments and I will make my best efforts at getting an interview and a boat tour of those boats that you're interested in. Now, I have to warn you, I'm not into new boats. I don't know anybody, well, that's not true. I don't know a lot of people that have new boats, So if you're looking for information on an azimuth or something to that effect, I might not be able to do that. But older boats that are affordable to you and me, I think I can probably handle most of them. All right? So until then, from this skipper to you, if you got a boat, keep your boat afloat.